Hey everyone, it's me Tav, and I wanted to talk to you a bit about this game thing I've been talking about on Twitter. If you've been following my account, you've seen it. I've been posting information about this RPG game that I've been working on. And it's not your traditional RPG games, but it's something that I have been trying to make happen for a while. The outright concept to make a sort of RPG writing game came up back in January, but it has been for quite a while an idea that I wanted to make a game about the series itself. So the original concept was something that was way out of my league. It was basically I wanted to make a full-on video game where you can take control of the main character and you can choose which side of the character you're playing. You can either play Silas or Kaitax, and depending upon the situation, it would optimize your engagement, blah, blah, blah. It's not new, but it is something I want to do, and it is way outside my ability. I can write a story for sure if anybody wants some story ideas, but actually developing something on my own, I would actually need somebody to sit down with me. I can follow all the guides on YouTube, I can read all the books I have, and I have a lot, and I will never be able to actually make a video game. So I had to kind of scrap that idea. And I know it's not supposed to be a single person project, but I don't have the money to really hire people, and I don't have the ability on my own to do it, not without a considerable amount of sit-down time. And I technically have the time now, but I've already invested myself in this other angle that if I went this other way towards a video game, I'd have to pretty much drop what I've been doing, what I've developed so far in the series, and all the work I've put into that would really have to get sidelined, and I don't want to do that. If down the line the opportunity ever came up and somebody said, hey, you want to work? I'd be like, yeah, oh sure, I'd love to. I would love to produce a game with a team someday. I would not want to be the team leader, or maybe I could be, but who knows? That's way outside of the realm of ability right now. So we're going to come back to where we are right now. There is a game now, and this is a role-playing alternate reality game is what I'm tagging it. So if you're unfamiliar, role-playing is role-playing. It's like your D&D or your fantasy settings where you gather stats and points and you customize your character and you're basically playing a specific role in a story. Alternate reality game is something a little bit more niche-y. Not everybody might be clear on what that is, and I will give you a brief breakdown of what an ARG is. Alternate reality game, and I might not even be giving you the best description, considering when I have a concept of something it's more of an idea than something I can put into words. But as the name suggests, alternate reality, it's a story being told on an alternate timeline, fictional, and it's a game because it invites involvement from viewers, listeners, players. A viewer or listener can become a player by accepting these challenges, these objectives, and some of the more famous ones out there have utilized deep code, alternate sites, hidden videos, embedded imagery, and I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of that kind of thing because I always love just the amount of work and how diverse these things can be. So when I use alternate reality game for my project, I'm not using it as the strict definition of the genre. It's more like I'm using it to say, I would hope that people who play this are able to kind of put themselves in the universe and play their class. That's a good segue. So, yes, there are classes, and as of right now, you can choose your class on the site. I'll be putting a link in the description if you want to go check that out. Something to keep in mind is the classes are based around different kinds of creativity, because I kind of broke down the story and realized that the bulk of it is based around the world being saved through art. And that's not saying that machinery, weaponry, and physical prowess aren't in that sphere, because I do consider some of that not necessarily art, but extensions of human creativity. And while human creativity can be gorgeous, it can also be cruel. But none of the classes I've really listed have that kind of cruel edge. They all have some kind of spirit of human ingenuity or something like that behind them. Like, I'll do specific videos about each of the classes, but the one I always reference the most, because it's the easiest one to reference, is the Warden class. And the Warden class is basically physical and martial prowess. That is their thing. They strive to have the best body, they strive to be the fittest they can be, and they strive to be the strongest and the frontmen of any force. So that gives them that attribute. And basically what happens is when you choose your class, you'll fill out a brief form. Basically I'll just ask for your name and an email address so I can contact you, or you can get contacted with your results. Really, I'm not contacting you off this email. It'll just be an automated thing where you get your results pinged back to you when you submit them. So that's the only purpose of that. And that's just through the Google Forms and Sheets thing. Down the line, if I do set up a mailing list for this, obviously there'll be a whole nother system for you to go through to sign up if you want to get on that. That's not what this is about. This is just getting your results back to your inbox. But once you're on your class, you'll have the ability to do class-specific prompts. Now, the objective right now is that every day there will be a new prompt, and these will start on May 4th. I wanted to kind of start them on the anniversary of the reboot, but that's the 7th, and the 7th is, I believe, a Thursday, so I wanted to get a full month in, starting with a whole week. So Monday the 4th will be the first time we start rolling out daily and class prompts. Now, the objective is for people to fill out the daily prompts and submit, and just answer a little form that says they do. It's going to be very much on your honor system right now. So if you did the daily prompt, there'll be a little form where you just put your character name in and say, yes, I did it. On the same form, there'll be a drop down for your class, and depending upon the day of the week, you're going to have a class prompt. If you are in the class of that day of the week, you'll also want to check off whether or not you did your class prompt. So how it works right now, how I have it set up is engineer class prompts are Monday, spawn tamers are on Tuesday, wardens are on Wednesday, sigil weavers are on Thursday, audiomancers are on Friday, and shard shapers are on Saturday. Sunday is a no prompt day. So every day you'll have a daily prompt worth some XP, and then you'll have a class prompt that's worth more XP. So what's the difference between a daily prompt and a class prompt? Well, it's the depth of the answers or the responses I'm looking for. Daily prompts, anybody can participate. You can only gain XP if you've submitted to a class, though, or chosen a class. If you are responding to a class prompt, I'm going to kind of want to see it coming from your class's perspective, sort of. Obviously, not everybody's going to get the gist of the whole universe off the bat, because this is geared in a way that you don't necessarily have to have read the story to get involved. It would help a little. You'd get some universe information, but that's not the point. The point is, if you're a spawn tamer and you know this is about animal welfare and caring about animals, you're going to want to take on the perspective of somebody who sees themselves as the custodian of animals. If you are answering warden prompts, you're going to want to exude your martial physical prowess. I keep saying that, but I just like the way that sounds. Sigil weaver, pen and paper, ink, painting, that kind of thing. Audiomancer, obviously music. Shard shaper is going to be like gem forging, crystal cutting, stuff like that. Engineer is more of a technical machinery type thing, vehicle, cars, weapons, that kind of thing. You're going to want to do it from those perspectives. So when I say an engineer prompt is nail, well, you're going to want to talk about, hopefully come from the angle of nailing something together, or getting something. You can even do it like nailing, you nailed it, you got it right. Or you do it nailing as like you put the nails through the wood or something like that. You don't necessarily have to construct something, just as long as it's framed into the angle of you are an engineer. You're building something. You are creating something in some respect. And somehow it has something to do with nail. And I know nail's a kind of a tough one. Or maybe it's not tough. It could be too open, too closed, or something like that. But if you come over to, I'm looking at these other prompts here to find another one. Audiomancer is pretty obvious. You've got things like energy, soul, dance, beat, drum. They're all very themed towards the class. So if you're into music, you're going to want to get some Audiomancer prompts. If you're into painting, inking, maybe even writing, you'll want to hop into Sigil Weaver. Passionate about animals, you want to get in Spawn Tamer. Warden, you're going to want to be somebody who's really into fitness. Like so on. I'll get into more specific descriptions later. But those extra class prompts will be worth more points or more XP. And as you earn XP, you will level up. And as you level up, you will earn points. Now, currently there's nothing to do with points, but I'll explain with how that system works anyway, because as of right now, May 4th, when the prompts start rolling and leveling starts happening, early players will start accruing points. How those points are accrued is pretty easy. Your gained points are equal to your level. Points start at level 4. So at level 4, you'll get 4 points. And at level 5, you'll get 5 points. Together, you have a cumulative total of 9 points. And again, right now, there's nothing to do with these points, but down the line, I plan on introducing a sort of store where you can convert your points to some kind of perk that kind of augments how you play the game. And some of the examples I have here that are not necessarily going to stick, but, you know, they're ideas nonetheless. You can buy a missed day, buy the daily. You can't ever buy back your class prompts. If you miss your class, you miss your class, but you can buy back the XP of a daily prompt that you missed. You can convert some points to XP. You can double your XP value for a single prompt that you actively do. Like, you can't double the value of one you missed. Buying extra prompts, and all of these will be limited to once a week. You can do all of these once a week, but only once. Each one only once, and they're going to be worth, of course, varying degrees of points. As you level, you get points, and as we get points, you buy perks or different kinds of augments to your game. And that seems pretty straightforward, right? It's a kind of a cyclical thing. Points will come slower as you level up, but they'll be worth more, obviously, because as you reach like 10, 11, 12, it's going to take more XP, but you're going to be getting 12 points out of it, or whatever your levels value is. So if you want to stockpile, just keep leveling. And right now, if you're an early player, you are just going to be stockpiling, because I don't think I'm going to have a point store set up for May. We'll keep them recorded as best I can. Right now, it's going to be heavily manual. And like I said with the XP, it's going to be an on your honor system. Like I explained with the form, every day there's going to be a form. That form's going to cycle per day of the week just with a new prompt, because in that form will also be the class prompt. And what'll happen is, in order to make sure you stay in your class and don't try to hit every class's day, once you sign up to a class, and I suppose you could technically sign up to more than one class, but I don't know if you're going to want to, because it's going to be a lot of work. And I guess you could, but it would defeat the point of the role playing. I'm not going to stop you if you'd like, but as long as your name checks out on the list of your class and matches the name you put on the submission form, you got it. You got your point. You got your credit. And XP will be calculated accordingly. And I'm honestly going to leave Sunday to be my XP calculation day, which is why I said there's going to be no prompts, no nothing on Sunday. Take a breather. That's it. I'll just be working on calculating everybody's XP and tallying their points. Cool. So as I mentioned, points start accruing at level 4. Why is that? You start at level 1. Well, because I set up some very easy ways to skip straight to level 4. Obviously, there's going to be the opportunity, or the option, not opportunity, but the option to follow the social media accounts of the Cataxians. And my math tells me, based on my current point system, that if you do all that silly stuff, you'll immediately be entering the prompt game at level 4. And that's why there'll be no points for doing that. And there will be no points for anyone until they hit 4. So you can either do it manually, take a few days to do it, that's fine, or you can just get them instantly and hit to 4. It would be a good idea to at least get on the Instagram and the Twitter page, so you get the prompts when they come out. Down the line, I do plan on putting together a mailing list, which will give you your prompts, and that'll be a whole nother sign-up system. And if you want to just not engage with social media at all, you can do it that way too. Hopefully, as I figure it out, balance it a little better, make sure people can't level like crazy and leave everybody in the dust. But that's why we're starting it now. It's not 100% ironed out. It's starting in, I'm calling it alpha phase, and anybody who starts playing now is pretty much going to be a legacy member. So right now, all of May is scheduled for classes and daily responses. It's all scheduled. All I have to do is put together some social media posts. So yeah, you sign up on the site. Really, I guess it all comes down to, I wanted to make something for the series. And while I would still love to one day get a real deal video game out there, I'm not holding my breath, but I like this alternative a lot because it's not just a single player experience, it's a community, it's a group experience. It's people can engage as they see fit with each other or with the prompts alone, and I hopefully have a good time. We'll see. Like I said, I have all of May scheduled, and May is going to be the test month telling me what the feedback is, what it looks like. TLDR, the gist of it is, it's a role-playing game built around writing prompts, and it's meant to inspire daily writing and then kind of in-universe or in-character writing. You can even create a character yourself and develop them through the prompts. I would wholeheartedly support that, because that is an awesome use of this system. But I want to kind of inspire character development and daily writing. This is my attempt to combine my two passions of writing and gaming and putting them in one place, and hopefully getting some people involved and interested, or at least interested. And like I said, you can go ahead and check out the classes right now. Again, description in the description. Link in the description. And if you find one you like, sign up. And like I said, hopefully I touched on a decent level of diversity. I know they all have a tie back to kind of almost like the arts, but I kind of wanted this, like I said, I kind of realized the story does revolve around the characters utilizing different forms of art to combat the evil, the void. And so yeah, if any of those classes look good to you, sign up on the sheet. And as of right now, there is no mailing list, so you'd have to pay attention to either the alternate Instagram account, which I will be putting together probably really shortly before this all begins, or the Twitter account, which is again @thecataxians. The Twitter account, since I consider it more dynamic, that you can sign up for at any time, and the prompts will start flowing again on May 4th. I just gotta come up with some fun little graphics for it. So anyway, I think I've covered everything. I think I've rambled on enough too. So yeah, if this sounds interesting to you, you can check out the site page, pick a class if you'd like, and May 4th will begin everything. If you want more information, consider liking and subscribing to this channel. And there'll be more videos. Class highlight videos will be coming up soon. In fact, probably in the next couple days. I also still have a stream in store for editing chapter 7. I know that was supposed to happen a few days ago, but with this starting up, I kind of little balls to the walls this project. So thanks again for watching, listening, whatever you did, and hopefully you'll stay tuned for more information on the game and even the story itself, because I'm hopefully going to be able to juggle all that. I've got the time, so gotta make it work. So anyway, this is Tav, this is the Cataxians, and this was specifically talking about the game, in quotes. Much love to you all, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Later.